This conference will now be recorded.
I hope everyone able to see my screen. It's loud and clear, my voice. And
Yep.
okay, cool. Okay, so let's do a small recap what we have discussed so far. Okay, so do we know what is the purpose of which one we will use to build the application? Do you know anyone? Anyone? Which tool we will use to build the application?
Listener.
No, build the application.
Okay.
Maven.
Any point platform.
No, the Maven is the right answer.
Maven, yeah.
Okay, so we will use the Maven. The other way, let me ask the other way. Okay, so what is the purpose of the Maven?
To build and deploy the project and make it as an application and run it in the server.
Deployment also, it's not feasible direct way. Okay, until unless you have the plugins. Normal, the basic usage of the Maven is to build the application purpose. To build the application. Build the application means it will terminate, it will clean all the target directory. If you see over here, okay, so let me show you, so you will have an understanding. Okay, this is my path of the application. Let me open it. Okay, or let me take the path. Okay, and then open the command prompt. So in your case, Maven is not installed because it's not required. Okay, normally DevOps team will take in care all these things. Okay, so here this is the one. The command you will use for this is mvn clean. So what it will do is the clean. Okay, it will terminate, it will delete all the target directory. Okay, let me click on enter button. mvn means Maven. Okay, nothing else. So okay, sorry, I think what's happening, let me see why it is not recognizing dir. Okay, where is the project? Oh, sorry, I think I should be in the project. Okay, the project is cd mulesoft underscore new. Okay, let me run that command again. Okay, mvn clean. Okay, now it is cleaning up, build is successful. Okay, now if you just refresh the screen, just use the F5 button. Now if you observe, empty, the target directory is empty, right? Target directory is empty. Now if you use the install, mvn install, okay, it will prepare the target directory. It will generate a jar file over there. Okay, now use the refresh button again, F5. Now did you see it is generated? This is the jar file which will go to the server. Okay, now did you understand the purpose of the Maven? If you open this particular jar file, all the code which you have prepared will be there. Okay, let's see now. Okay, open with extract files. Okay, let me see. Oh, I think I want open with where can I see? Sorry, just a minute. Extract to why it is not showing WinZip, WinRAR. Okay, let me extract it over here. Okay, extract here. Oh, it is extracted to, okay, let me extract a separate folder. That will be good. Okay, this is the folder. Okay, these are the files. Okay, so Mulesoft new, this is the configuration file which we have, is that right? Which we built, right? So you can see if you open a notepad, okay, this is the code which we prepared, right? Right, at the same time, if you have anything else, okay, examples, if you have any code like this is the example file which we taken as part of the training, right? So those things, normally examples you don't need, okay, and long4j is important, and if you have any Java code which will be created over here, okay, and it doesn't has anything, okay, yeah, this is the code. Normally the code will be present over here, just is a POM file, okay. And the main thing which you need to understand is where is the meta in a file, just I'm looking out, Mular key artifact, okay, why it is not showing, let me see. Normally it will show you meta in a file. I think in this maven structure it is not showing. It will show you what kind of jars are included and all other information it will be shown over here, okay. So that is about the maven, okay. So if you want to start a new requirement, what will you consider, what it will you keep in your mind to build your requirement, to fulfill your requirement? For example, you got a requirement, how will you analysis, how will you do analyze your requirement to start your project? What is the
First,
first step?
we
Yeah,
need to see the source and target systems.
yes, absolutely, you're right. Yes, yes, the first you need to understand what is the source, what is the target. Now once you know, then what is our next step?
What kind of data I am trying to integrate from one system to other,
Okay, good.
and what kind
Then
of translation connectivities, listener and requester. Is it
yes.
a HTTP versus JDBC, or
Hmm.
any file based, or whatever the connection which I need to make?
Absolutely, you're right. And also you will take the credentials or documentation related to that.
Yep.
Okay, the documentation is very much important. You need to check with your BA or whoever assigning the story to you, okay.
Yeah.
And for example, we are checking with the eBay and we need to get the eBay credentials and eBay documentation, each and everything we should aware, otherwise we can't fulfill it. Straight away you have to say that to your BA, okay, it is going to take a lot of time, I'm not sure, there is no documentation, okay. And if you have any other material with me, with you, and share with me, okay, like that we will tell, okay. So now tell me what, now you got clarified all these doubts, now you have the documentation, you have the credentials, now you understand the source and target. Now what will you do now, next step? What will the next step? Anyone? Deepti, Chaitanya, Vandana?
We need to start the development in the tools.
Okay, are you going
Yeah,
to start the development straight away?
yeah, we
We
need to
have
what kind of like, do we need a listener or do we need a requester? What kind of component we need to use,
Hmm.
and uh, maybe the securities as well we have to keep in mind, in
Hmm.
which is part of document.
Hmm.
Uh, um,
First, the very first step is you need to test the application, you need to test the requirement first. The eBay credentials or any other credentials or any other documentation which is provided to you, first you need to test those are working or not by using the postman, by using different ways, okay. So why am I saying that point is, You are in the middle of development, and all of a sudden you came to know that the credentials are not working. What will you do now? So your manager, obviously he will ask you, why you didn't told me upfront, right? You were investing a lot of time. Now you are coming in saying it is not going to work, right? The very first step, you need to test the details, the credentials, whatever it is. Okay. After that, now if everything is working fine, then you will design your application. You will keep in mind the test cases. Okay. What is an acceptance criteria? You need to keep it in your mind. You need to have a discussion with your tester. Okay. If you may give, what kind of expectation you are going to have if you may deliver this thing. Okay. These things you have to keep in mind while you are developing your application. Now you are clear? Hmm? So now tell me, what is the difference between the flow, private flow, and subflow, and where you will use, and how will you, what is the purpose to use the particular one? Everyone has to answer, team.
Flow is it's normally used when we process. We have a source and a target, and when we process, it will have error handling. And a subflow, when it's used for the reusability, if it is the same one, we will use the for reusability. We will use the subflows.
Okay, cool. Yep.
And then the private flows, it's same like subflow. The only difference is it doesn't have the error handling. And
Okay.
is yeah, doesn't have error handling.
Okay. So private flow also we can use alternative to the subflow. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. That's all. And okay, let me tell you one. Let me ask you last and final question. Okay. So if I want to get the data from the Amazon, what kind of message processor which I have to use? If I want to get the
HTTP.
data,
Request.
HTTP.
Yep.
Okay, cool. HTTP requester. So if I want to do, if I want to take the data or give the data, okay, what should I have to use?
Also a request.
If I want to give the data, if I want to, if I
Push
want,
the
if
data.
I want to, someone has requested me, now I want to give the data or I want to take the data. Which one? Okay, let me put some other way. So someone want to share data with me. What should I have to do now?
They will be the requester and you will be the listener.
Right, you're absolutely right. So if someone want to share the data and someone want to send or take the data, someone, okay, remember someone, okay, from me, from my application, then I need to use the listener. Okay. Now if I want the word I want take the data from someone or to give data to someone, okay, I want to, okay, then you will use the requester. Okay. Okay, just give me a minute, team. Okay, now seems to be we are all clear, and what we want to know we already come to know that. And do you know what is the purpose of the pom.xml file, where the libraries will be get downloaded?
In that POM file. Yeah,
Okay,
pom.xml.
file you are saying that the libraries will be downloaded, right? Where it will store these values, these libraries, where it will store?
USB.
Can you repeat again?
The
Where it will
ESP.
store? No.
Mule ESB.
No. Do you remember .m2 repository? .m2 repository.
Okay.
This is the .m2 repository, okay, and this is a repository file, okay. And sometimes team, you need to remember that this is the setting.xml file is very most important, okay. So these setting.xml file in some organization they will use for the Nexus configuration, okay. The repositories, okay, where is the repositories? Proxies and repositories, everything will be configured over here. Usernames and password for a particular repository, the cloud repositories will be configured over here. I think maybe I'm not configured over here because I'm not using any Nexus repositories. Okay, maybe somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here. And there are servers credentials. Maybe you will provide proxy. Yeah. In this place, if sometimes mostly major cases, most cases, you may define the libraries where to download, but most of the times you are not. In some organization they won't define over here because of security concerns. They will use the setting.xml file to define the libraries, okay, where to download. Once that file is downloaded, now you can understand based on the structure, okay. So arg, mule and connectors, there are 3 different folders over here, okay. Now you can go back. Where is the arg? Just search for the arg. This is the arg, okay. Then what is the next one? Mule and connectors, okay. Mule, where is the mule? Yeah, mule and connectors, okay. Connectors. Then what is the connector name? Mule DB connector artifact, okay. Artifact ID, mule DB connector, okay. Then where is the version? What is the version? Each and every one has a folder team, okay, until this one, until version, okay, 1.8.0. now this is the library, okay. This is the library which is going to be used to your application, okay. The why am I showing this one is sometimes due to the versioning you may face the problem, okay. For example, in your team some person is using 1.9 or 1.7, whatever the version it is, and but you are using in your machine it is working, some other machine it is not working. Then what you need to do is, for temporarily identification of the problem, you will change the version of that particular jar file, okay. For example 1.7, then I will define like this, okay. Currently it is being used, so I can't change it, okay. So you will change the version of this one, or what I will do normally is I will take the older version and I will put it into a newer version jar file, okay, and I will move on. I will change everything over here, okay. Then it will work as usual, okay. Fine team. Now did you understand the problem and what kind of solutions you are going to do?
Yeah, I have a doubt here.
Yeah.
Could you please go back to the one? DB connector
Okay.
folder? Yeah, so we just have to change the jar file's name. Is that what you said?
Yes, you're right.
So the jar file must be containing all the information. So wouldn't that be a problem if just to change the name and inside?
Almost all the similar. Someone has changed the version over here, okay, but you are not allowed to change the version in the format.xml file, because if you change it you need to save and you need to check into the code into the cloud, into the GitHub repository. Okay. Others will face the problem again.
Okay.
And temporarily you are changing the version and you are identifying the problem. Now you come to know that this is because of the version. Okay. Because of the, maybe due to the several reasons, you are not able to download the particular version. In some cases, the jar files may not be downloaded on your machine. Okay. So you will identify the problem and okay, now I need this version. You will ask your colleague, okay, can you share the jar file with me? Okay. If you share the jar file, you will replace over here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Srikanth, we just installed the Mulesoft end Eclipse tool only, right? So
Yes.
Anypoint Studio. So with that, this .m2 and everything is created. All
By
the
default.
connectors and information by default from the studio only.
Absolutely, you're right.
Okay.
Because I
Which is
have
all.
been working on this Mulesoft, that's why initially Maven installation is very much required. That's what I did it long back before. Okay.
Okay.
Even
Okay,
if you
because
want, you can install it.
so all the connectors and the property files, everything is there in our C directory. So
Yes, it is. Hanu, it is there in our folder M2 directory repositories, everything same.
yeah, that's what I can see. So when we try to do the implementation, so do we need to attach these property files also?
No. Properties means, sorry, come again.
I mean, all these connectors and information, whatever you are trying to edit from the C drive.
No, you don't need to modify these things.
Okay, those are standard.
No, for example, now if you share this project to somebody else, once they use the clean build, it will download automatically on their machines.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
You don't need to share anything. That is the advantage with the Maven.
Okay, thank you.
In the Yant or some other old versioning tool, old build tools, you need to share the code to the particular people whenever they want, whenever you share the code with them.
Okay, got it.
Sriram, you are saying that if you have different what is that Mule connector, then we have to update by going there and getting the details.
No. You will update in the .xml file. Okay, or you will just add the project module over there. Automatically, the dependency will be added over here. Okay, and automatically will be get downloaded in your machine. Okay, but unfortunately, some cases I had faced so many times this kind of problem. That's what I'm giving an example. Okay, you will define over here, but due to the bad network connectivity or some other reasons, it won't download the file in your machine. Okay, it won't download. If it is not downloaded, then you will go manually and you will take it from your colleague or somebody else. You will copy paste into M2 repository and you will rename it. Okay. Did you understand now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's it. And what else I want to share with you, the basics. Okay, now you don't have the credentials, right? This eBay credentials.
No.
So our requirement is no, right? I will share you the credentials today. Just check with your institute. Okay, they will share with you. Okay, or maybe in the same directory, the credentials file will be placed. Okay, just use that. So this is the credentials file. Okay, so what I told you, the very basic, the very first time, now you got the details. Now some business owners, what they will do is they will share the documentation. Okay, you need to go through the documentation in detail. Okay, for example, now our requirement is we need to collect the product details from the eBay. Okay, from the eBay we need to collect the product details. So what will you do? eBay. So these details will be shared by your BA, what you need to do and all. Okay, So for example, if you want to do your own experiment, we are building a project. Okay, so we are in the middle of process. So you can use the company name is let me tell you where it is. Sorry, I think somewhere I noted it. Oh, sorry, team. Somewhere I noted it, but the company is okay. I will give you some other day. Okay. So the main intention of that project is you have a reward points, right? Each and every one. So reward points has separate website. Okay, they will install their website, their softwares on the particular machine. Okay, a KFC or they have own clients. Okay, so there is a Salesforce marketing cloud. There is a for marketing purpose, the people will use the Salesforce marketing site. So they need the lead information. Okay, so what they will do is what kind of project these people want is whenever the customer went to the KFC or some other shop, okay, once they build based on this reward points, they will share the reward points to particular shop. Okay, so to redeem the points. Okay, by using that, okay, at the time, okay, the client, say the shop owner will take the information and he will feed into his local database, or once he started redeem the points, the user automatically that information will go to this redeem company. Okay, from the redeem company, so you need to that information you need to give it to the multiple sales marketing clouds. Okay, say Salesforce marketing cloud, like not only one, there are a HubSpot is there are a SAP marketing cloud is there, and there are plenty of marketing clouds are there. You need to share all these details to that people. Okay, and like this is very high level of this project. If it is works well and good, and uh, I will explain the real the company has the free API as well. You can use that API to work on by yourself, or maybe you can experiment by yourself itself. Okay, so that is the thing. And now what we are going to do is as part of our training, normally I will follow this eBay. Okay, so if you want to create your own account, okay, you can do that. Okay, otherwise you can use my credentials, okay, to access the data from the eBay production system. Okay, and now the documentation purpose, you have to go this one. Okay, all API documentation. Okay, so if you want to put this e-commerce website, e-commerce project in your resume, what you have to do is you have to go through all these APIs. So each and every e-commerce website, mostly e-commerce sites or projects, they will implement all these APIs: account API, inventory API, fulfillment API, finance API, market, like this, each and everything. Okay, by understanding these things, you will be good at e-commerce. You can explain the project in depth, in and out. Okay, so if you want to account API, for example, you will say, yes, I had been working on the account API, and this is the use case, like that. Okay, okay, so this is the use case, team. You need to understand what it is. Okay, you need to understand. So I'm going to share this URL on the chart window. Copy this URL in your machine. Okay, I hope everyone able to see my message right this time.
Yes.
Right, okay, cool. And yeah, this is a technical overview, use case, requirement and restrictions, each and everything. Okay, you need to good at if you are explaining, if you are putting this project on your resume, but I won't recommend it. Okay, but you can use the API information, you can convert your project, your current project, into your desired one. Okay, you can just almost all, account API is same as for all the projects. Okay, and finance API also will be the same. Okay, and analytics API also will be the same, because if you are working in the big data projects, okay, like that, mostly will be the same. Okay, what else? Finding API, no. Chart to queue API also you can use. Identity API also you can use. Feed API also you can use. Okay, listing API is e-commerce only, the people will use it. Okay, so that's it. So now they share the documentation with you. Okay, now what you need to do, so you need to go through all the drop downs, and once you spend all the time, you will come to know that which one you need to use. Okay, or your BA will tell you, he will do all these experiments and all, and he will tell you, okay, guy, okay man, you can go to the API Explorer, you will come to know that all these things. Okay, okay, so this is the API Explorer. So anyone can use it. Okay, but you should have an account. Okay, so this is a production system. Okay, and you can get the data. Okay, this is the OAuth token team. This is the OAuth token. If you go to the documentation, for example, here browsing API. So I told you, right, here you need to use the browse API, whatever it is. Okay, so let me show you. The browsing API is part of where it is. Yep, over here. Okay, this is the one. If you do not want to go like this, okay, just click on this API documentation. Okay, so you will come to know that all these things. So if you understand this documentation, they will tell you you need to use the access tokens. So if you click on this access token, they will tell you how to get the access token, where to get the access token, how this is all work, and all those things you will come to know that. Okay, if you want to put this project, and obviously don't waste your time and spend all these documentation, you will come to know that the best things you can explain very nicely in your interview. Okay, and now this is a search API. Okay, in the search API, okay, over here get item, if you want to use a specific documentation, you can click on this, otherwise you can go through like this. Okay, here I'm going to use the search API, click on this one. So let me choose the search API over here, get item or search. Okay, in the search, these are all called the parameter stream. After the question mark is called query params. Okay, all these query params you need to send. Okay, for example, queue means, what is the meaning of queue? You don't know, right? Click on the documentation. Okay, so now they were going to explain the meaning of queue. Okay, it's a string. They're saying that you can use the naming product information, iPhone or iPad, whatever it is. Okay, you have to use all this information. Okay, for the purpose. Okay, after the question mark, if you give the iPhone, you will get the iPhone details. Like that, GTIN number, charity IDs, all these field groups. If you want to give, if you provide after the question mark, it has to come. This is the URL it should be look like. Okay, now if you click on the execute button, you will going to get the data. So which is meaning of this, 200 is a success. Okay, and you are getting the data like this, right? If you, this is the production information, you can open this URLs. I think last time also I shown you, right? These are the product details. Okay. Now the question arises from here is, some people will give the API Explorer like this. Some companies they may not provide like this. Just they will provide the only documentation. Okay. If that is the documentation, you need to do experiments. Okay. So you have to use the Postman. Everyone is installed the Postman team on your machines.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So the very first thing which we need to do is, if you go through the documentation, you will prepare like this for your understanding purpose. Okay, documentation, and once you have the account, you're going to prepare this kind of just text documents for the reusability purpose. Now I have all these things. What you have to do is, now we are working on the eBay part, right? So this is the client ID. Do you know the WAT team? Does anyone know aware of the WAT based communication?
Yes.
Okay,
So
everyone.
OAuth,
Yeah, go ahead, explain, bro.
yeah, OAuth is like a one-time authentication you can do. It is similar to the SAML based authentication. It's a high secured connection which you can do with any kind of API based integration without any basic user and password.
Right, you're absolutely right. Does anyone will you like to give any anyone else will you like to give any example, real-time example on this?
Right, private key, public key.
Sorry, just I'm giving an example. So is this using the WAT behind the scene? Anyone? So I don't want to create my account over here. So what will you do? Because I don't know High5, I'm not going to trust this guy. So what should I do now? But I need to use the High5. For that reason, these people, yes, these people also understand your concerns. Okay, that's why they were using the OAuth based authentication. Okay, so they're saying that either you can sign up, or if you do not have any trust, I think you are believing the either Facebook or Google, right? You can use these things to log in into my machine, my site. Okay, so this is the one. If you click on this one, it will open a pop-up window. So if you continue, if you give your credentials, then once the credentials are authenticated, okay, just give me a minute, let me, okay, I think Gmail has some error, some problem. Okay, if you use the Facebook, okay, once you are authorized, then automatically you will the account will be created and you will be get logged into the High5. And whenever you don't want High5, you will log into your Facebook, you will say that I don't want to, there is an option will be there. Okay, you will deselect it, or you will delete it. Automatically the account from here also will be get deleted. No more access. Okay, clear, bro? Okay.
Yep.
So now what will happen? So before they are going to place the Facebook or Google on their web page, the very first what they will do is they will register this High5 company, okay, High5 company with Facebook and Google. They will register their websites. Okay, once they were registered, as a response, they are going to get the 1 minute client ID and client secret. Okay, client ID as a response, client ID and sorry, client secret they will get as a response. Okay, these are the client IDs and client secrets which we have. Okay, these two you will get. And token URL, this information they will provide automatically, you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so once you got all these details, okay, you will show these Google and Facebook on your website like this. Okay, once you're done, the user, if you want to use to log in with the Facebook, he will click on this. Okay, now once the user clicks on the continue, or once he enter the username and password, okay, once it is authenticated, Facebook is authenticated to the username and password, it will give the temp token to the user. Temp token. Okay, this is a temporary token team. Okay, by using the temporary token, the client ID and client temporary token will be sent to the Facebook again. Okay, will be sent to the Facebook. Okay, once the authorized, the temporary token is authorized and the client ID is authorized, then it will send the access token. Okay, the Facebook will send the access token to the Hi5. Okay, then it will use the access token, client ID and the client secret. Okay, and it will send a request to the Facebook. Okay, can you share the that user, the particular user first name, last name, date of birth, and I want to create an account in my Hi5 site. Okay, once it is shared, and make sure that the Facebook will tell to the Hi5, hey man, make sure that you are not going to save these details in your database. Okay, and by that way you are secure, your details are secure. Now did you understand what is a OAuth?
Yep.
Everyone?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now I think now you understand what is the meaning of client ID and client secret and token URL. Token URL is nothing but where you are going to get next token. The tokens will be expired based on the specific interval of time. Okay, either 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, that is up to the Facebook. Okay, and scope is nothing but what kind of information you are allowed to use it. Okay, some scopes will give you an access to only use the user information. Some scopes will give you account access to send the money, to receive the money, like that. I'm giving an example. Different scopes will be there based on the projects. Okay, now you get all these details. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to access that. I'm going to test these details is working on the Postman or not. If it is working in the Postman, this is manual testing. Then once the manual testing is completed, then I will assume that okay, which is working in the manually and even for my local machine without any issue. So why am I saying that is some companies the proxies will be blocked. You may not get access. Okay, that is the reason. So here to access the OAuth based API data, you need to use the authentication level. You need to select the authentication, then choose the type OAuth 2.0. Okay, select it. Now click on the get new access token. Okay, for example, let me delete this, all these things. Okay, click on the get new access token. Click on this. Okay, now all the details you need to enter. Okay, this is up to you. Okay, authentication URL, you don't need anything. Access token URL, this is the token URL which you are going to place. Token URL, okay, you are going to place, and client ID and client secret. Okay, sorry, I think I can't maximize this small window. Okay, so that's it. Okay, client ID and client secret and scope. Then scope you need to provide over here. Okay, then the last one, grant type. Okay, you have to use the client credentials. You have to use the client credentials, and you need to check the request access token locally. Okay, then if you click on this one, you will get the access token. Okay, oh sorry, okay, this is the access token. Okay, I can use this access token to access the particular user information. Okay, so this is expires, this is going to expire every 1 day, 7,200 seconds. Okay, and token type application access token. Okay, so how am I going to use it? Automatically these access tokens will be added to your header. Okay, you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so now go to your header part. Okay, sorry, you need to click on the use token first. Click on it. Now header, it is added to your header automatically. Okay, it is added automatically. Okay, now the URL you need to use to collect the data. Okay, this is the URL. Okay, okay, this is the same URL. You can use the iPhone or whatever it is. Just I'm going to use only this one. Okay, only Q iPhone. Okay, click on send button. Now I got the all the data. Now I'm confident this will work. This is working in my machine, which means I can do an automate. I can do an automation. Okay, go ahead team. Anyone has any questions? No? Okay team, cool. Okay, and now let's do an automation to do with your Mulesoft. Okay, so we know if we want the data, we need to use the requester. So requester requires this URL requires the authentication OAuth, right? So for the OAuth, you need to add a module. Okay, here it will be there. The OAuth module will be there. Search it and drag and drop to this place. Already I have. We don't need to worry about it. Once you add it, just click on the plus button in the requester. Okay, click on the plus button over here. Okay, scroll down, and it will ask you for the authentication. Select the authentication. Here you need to choose the client credentials grant type. Okay, in your real time you don't know what kind of authentication you need to use. Just check with your BA. If he says basic authentication, well and good, just a username and password you need to enter, and NTLM also same, and digest also will be the same. And the client credentials grant type you need to understand like this. Okay, those things has only 2 input parameters. This one is going to have multiple parameters. Okay, so these values after the response we use the use token, right? In the postman, the same way the Mulesoft will be accessed after a successful attempt to the particular site by using the client ID, client secret, scope, and token URL. Okay, now let's fill these details. The client ID, client secret, and a token URL. Sorry, token URL over here. This is a scope. Copy the scope. That's it. Okay, and then click on OK button. That's it. You don't need to do anything else. Click on OK. Now, here the thing is, you need to add a URL, right? Here we use it in the automation. We added like this. So what it is? Get method, right? So select the details over here. Paste it on the URL box. Okay, that's it. We are done. Now we completed the basic configuration for our requester. So tomorrow we'll spend some more time on the requester, and then after we'll jump into the this one, what I mean to say, database, how to publish the data over there. Okay, just give me a minute team. Hello. Okay, team. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the database, how to publish the data into the database, and then after we will spend some more time. Maybe entire tomorrow it will take the whole day to complete to explain the requester and database. And once we complete the basic, the simple, I'm saying the plain program over here, then I will jump into the Salesforce integration and we'll do remaining activities. Okay. Any questions so far?
Shrikant, can you just go to
Oh, sorry,
request
I'm
again?
on mute. Sorry, I'm on mute. Okay, yeah, sorry. The sound is silent mode. Yeah, can you speak again?
Can you please go to the requester again? I just wanted to see.
Okay. Yeah.
So we press the plus button, and from there we went to configure the parameters, right?
Right, you're absolutely right.
Okay. I
Yeah,
don't
at
see
least I think
there
next week
actually
where
OAuth.
we take
That is why I was asking.
okay, wow,
Oh, wait.
okay, okay, yeah. Don't worry, those credentials files will be shared with you all. And again, it will take 1 to 2 days to complete this program. Okay, once we are comfortable, then we'll move a little bit fast. Then again, if you are comfortable, then again, like that. Okay, at least one program you need to execute on your missions. At least. Okay. Anyone else? And tomorrow onwards, either meeting ID will be get changed. Okay, maybe I will let you know, team. Okay, if it is changed, right?
Is the timings changing or?
No, same timing, same timing. Mostly, yeah. The institute team had asked me, is that okay to move early morning your time? I said, yeah, I'm fine, but let me check with other people as well, right? Just drop me a message, team. Okay, or maybe just check with your institute. If they're okay, then well and good. Okay. If all of you, if you are okay with the same timing, 7:30 is fine. Otherwise, 6:30, I'm also okay with that. Okay, 6:30 or 6, whatever it is, or 7, up to all of us.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's all, and we'll meet you on tomorrow. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.